All right, we're live. Hello, all you beautiful, wonderful, amazing, spectacular tea people. I certainly hope wherever you are in the world, you're having an amazing day, morning, night, all of that. It's been a while. I have been enjoying my summer and not putting much on social media. I've been spending time with my boys and just sort of having fun. But this is a triple live, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So if you catch the start of this and you want to watch the rest of it, then you can just jump over to one of those two different places and you can watch it. Like, didn't Instagram used to have the thing where you could jump ahead and go back and forward and back and forward, but now you can't. They went back, like they went backwards. They rolled it back. Anyways, whatever. It's on those three different things, so you can watch it that way. Today is Jade Mountain Oolong. Jade Mountain Oolong. So an update on Jade Mountain Oolong. So I wanted to get this stuff in the spring, but I couldn't get this stuff in the spring. And the reason I couldn't get it in the spring was because I don't know how much I should talk about. Basically, I pissed someone off. And because I pissed them off, I didn't get access to the tea earlier in the spring. And it's not a big piss off. It's just I'm dealing with the person that usually doesn't do the. I'm dealing with the person who usually doesn't do the business side of things because we get along way better, and he's awesome. He's just like. So I said, okay, I want to know what's going on with your springtime tea, and he sent me 15 little packages of tea with numbers on them. Didn't tell me when they were, didn't tell me what. And it turns out, and I started drinking them. I'm like, this is a snow pick. What the hell's going on? This is a winter time. This is a springtime. What the hell cultivar is this? And so he basically sent me every single tea he made for, who knows how long. He just like the last 6 months, he just sent me every single tea he's made since like the fall last year, and he just sent me everything. And so I went through these teas, and I picked out two. So there's going to be on Sunday. There will be the Jade Mountain Snow Pick, right? So Snow Pick tea that's very very similar to Pear Mountain Snow and all the various other Snow Pick teas. Very very similar for a price point that's like way less. So it'll be. That one probably like 30, 32 for 100 grams. So anyways, much, much less than the other ones. Maybe even a little bit. I got to do the math on it. But I think it's actually less. I think it'll be sort of the same price as some of the Alishan Gabas and things like that. So it'll be less than the Snow Pig Pear Mountain and things like that. Anyways. And then the Jade Mountain, Oolong, which again will be less, right? So it's going to be like a lot less money than sort of the other comparable teas because Jade Mountain's just not really known. Right? People don't know Jade Mountain. They don't know what's there, and so this tea that I'm getting from there is certified organic, and the price is great. And the guy who does it is just, he's such a character, like but let me get into the story about these teas that I've got in front of me. So I have two teas in front of me. And they are red oolongs. One of them was done on as you can see right there, it was done on the 26th of June. This one was done on the 7th of July. And these red oolongs are awesome. They are awesome, and they are cheap. I mean, they're not super, super cheap, but they're really decent. They're really nice, really good price for these teas. And I started drinking them, and I couldn't figure them out, right? He sent me some samples. He sent me also a Ruby 18, but I don't need any more Ruby 18s. I got my Ruby 18s covered. And I just couldn't figure it out. I'm like, what the heck are these teas? I can't figure out what the heck these things are. They're so good. They're sweet. They're floral. What the heck is going on? Because I just assumed that they would be Chin Chin Oolong, and they would be because they're higher elevation, right? They're over 1,000 meters. And it turns out that this one right here is actually a high mountain Four Seasons. And this one here is a high mountain Chue or number 13 cultivar, the green jade or the jade oolong. And the reason I couldn't figure out what the hell I was drinking was because these things, they're literally, they don't grow that high. Nobody grows these cultivars that high. But I need help, as I usually do in these situations. I need help with the name. And once we get into these teas, once these teas sort of build up, and once these teas sort of the flavors start going through, I need help. I always need help, right? I need help with these teas. I need help with them. Actually, that's not very pretty looking, is it? I'm looking back here. I'm going to put these down on the ground. You get the beautiful art there. And so they're like I said, I tried these teas. I was like, what is this? How does this work? You know, I went up into the mountains. Do you have this tea in the shop? Well, I'm going to, at the end of this live stream, I'm going to order these teas and they will be released on Sunday. Now, I know for a fact I'm going to order a bunch of this, but I don't know if I'm going to order this or basically I've been drinking these teas for like the past 3 or 4 days. I've gone up into the mountains. So I go to these beautiful places up in the mountains and I drink these beautiful teas and with my family, with my boys. And oh, come on. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. That's not a flatulence. That's somebody actually drilling into the wall, and they do it very randomly. It's very strange, but that was the first time I heard it today. So hopefully it doesn't happen anymore. These teas are just strange. Now, red oolongs. I love red oolongs. They are so. Anyways, got here late. So these are 2 red oolongs from or certified organic red oolongs from Jade Mountain. And yeah, I don't know why somebody's doing that right now, but hopefully it's not very loud. And these teas they're amazing teas, and I keep drinking them. And originally I thought I'm just going to buy, kilograms upon kilograms of both of them. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to do, I'm only going to buy this one. And then I'm only going to buy this one. And then they're just beautiful teas. Both of them are just beautiful teas. And why this fascinating? Okay, so backstory about this place. They're just about ready to go. So backstory about this area. It's a guy. He is. When you talk about tea masters, there are some tea masters that are just the jack of all trades, and they have amazing stuff. They've got amazing material, and they can just create everything. And this guy is that. What he does is he's got up on Jade Mountain, he's got this beautiful organic stuff, right? So he's got this really beautiful organic material, and he makes white teas and yellow teas and oolongs, the green teas. He makes just everything, and he's just amazing. And I met him at one of these places, and so, but he's not a businessman. He's just throwing the stuff out there, right? He's just look at him, smelling it and looking at it, and he's like, "Whoa, you know what you're doing?" And he starts bringing out more. So much fun. It's so strange. I don't know why they decided right now to do that. Hopefully it's not too loud. Is it loud? Is it super loud? Is it? I don't know. Anyways, hopefully it's not too loud. That's so strange. I mean, I haven't heard that noise for many years, or months, I should say, being here. Anyways, let's get into the tea. So what he did, this is a high elevation. Are these from the same farm and different harvest dates? So good question. These are from the exact same farm. The harvest dates are written on here. You can see this is 626 and this is 703. And they are just different cultivars on the same garden. This is the Four Seasons. And one of the reasons, like I was saying before, it blew my mind. I was trying to figure out, like, why is this? Why is this? Why is this? This tea is Four Seasons, and it's so good. And I don't like Four Seasons. In fact, I actively avoid drinking Four Seasons oolong because I don't like the cultivar, because it's too one note for me. Oh, somebody, Mr. Z, somebody bought some tea. Thank you very much. So whoever just bought some tea, thank you very much. Should I do? I don't know. Have you guys seen it yet? Should I go? Order. Order. Being one of the one of the NPC girls. I don't know. I don't know if order. Ka-ching. But no, I will not do that. I don't think I could pull it off. I don't think I could pull it off. But maybe, who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if I start getting more. And why I was telling the story about that, the tea master, is he took Four Seasons oolong, which can be almost sickeningly floral, right? And that's just me, right? There's good Four Seasons. I have right here. I've got the Four Seasons wintertime pick, like the, what do I call it? The pre-Qingming Four Seasons. That's a gorgeous tea. The floral comes out really nice. Another tea that really surprised me. But when it's done low elevation, it kind of sucks, because oftentimes they put fertilizer on it and they destroy the tea. It's just nasty. And all it is just like a huge blast of floral. But what he did for this one, and hopefully when I finish, I'll show you some of the leaves, right? So when I finish, I'll show you the difference between the leaves. Is what he did was he oxidized this tea, not into a black tea, not even really into a red oolong, but about 65% oxidized. And 65% oxidized is extraordinarily rare because it doesn't work. Usually when you oxidize the teas and you get these teas going, when you get to sort of the 85, then you start getting the rose florals and things like that coming out. And anything less than that, it just doesn't work, except if you're using a tea that has the soul, has this deep sort of boom coming through of floralness in there. So what this is like jasmine raisins is basically how I would describe this tea. There's a jasmine flavor if it was highly oxidized, right? So it's a highly oxidized jasmine flavor, and it's awesome. It really, I'm going to buy a bunch of it. Anyways, but I need help with names. So the flavor is undeniably red oolong, but it's got the fruit, but then it's got the Four Seasons, high elevation of all things, Four Seasons floral going through it. And I asked him, because he didn't give me any information about any of these teas. He just sends me little packages with numbers on them. And I was like, what is that? Is that Jintren? Like, what? He's like, Four Seasons. I'm like, what? How is that even possible? And I've been drinking this tea with river water. This tea just, it's so good. But it's got the Four Seasons florals turned into a raisin with fruitness, that fruitiness in there. It's just great. And it's like cheap, certified organic, high mountain, cheap, right? Well, not super cheap, but like, 28 for 100 grams, something like that. Like a cheaper tea. It's not super cheap, but for certified organic teas, it's about as good as you can get. Now over here, yeah, you should be able to see it, hopefully. Now over here, this is the Tui. So Tui, this tea is a Qin. It's the same generation of the Jintren, but it's more floral. So ginger, which is the milk oolong cultivar, that was actually designed for the milk flavor and maybe some fruitiness if you are really, really good at what you're doing. But there's not a lot of florals in ginger, and that's why ginger is usually used for the scented teas. Remember that one. That's really important. It's usually used for the scented teas because it doesn't have its own inbred sort of floral. It's got that creaminess, and so it doesn't fight when you scent it. This one is the number 13 cultivar, the Jade cultivar, and that one has some of the creaminess of the ginger and the milk oolong cultivar, which is 12, but it's also got a little bit more floral. And this one, because it's so sweet and creamy, I just assumed it was ginger. I just assumed it was. But this is going to be the Jade Mountain Red. So this is Jade Mountain Red, and this is going to come back with Jade Mountain Red. This is going to be Jade Mountain Red, for sure. Right? So this is going to be the Jade Mountain Red. And I'm drinking it now, and it's so satisfying. Full mouth, sweet, red oolong. Now, it's not as good as the Alishan red oolong. Like, that's just another thing. And I'm hoping we're going to get some of that. I'm hoping. I'm just waiting on them. Actually, I should send an email and sort of, or actually, they're Facebook people, so I have to send a Facebook thing. But I should, for sure, see how they're doing. But this is sort of that same feeling: creaminess, rose florals, sort of red fruit sweetness, and just satisfying and easy to brew. You know, just satisfying, easy to brew tea. This is, you know, if you know somebody who likes darker teas and has never tried a really high quality darker tea, you know, this is it. You know, it's so nice. It's just smooth, calm, and clear. And why don't I just I'll just get a bunch of this as well. Why not? And even though I haven't been putting much on social media, people are still ordering lots of teas. Like, nothing slowed down. Everybody's still ordering teas. Thank you so much. Again, thank you so much. Is the name Yushan Four Seasons Red too basic? Yes, because Four Seasons is, if you are in the know, like if you drink a lot of Taiwanese oolong, you drink a lot of Taiwanese tea, Four Seasons, you avoid it. You do. You avoid it unless there's something really special about it, because it's such a basic tea. And I don't mean that, like, if you like Four Seasons, I'm not trying to be, I don't want to put value judgment. It's my own personal value judgment. There's nothing wrong with the Four Seasons oolong. But for me, I don't reach for it, right? It's my own personal preference. I don't reach for the Four Seasons cultivar unless there's something really special going on. You know, it's very similar to the Ruby 18, love it or leave it, right? Ruby 18, love it or leave it. I don't really reach for Ruby 18 very often because it's not sort of my favorite cultivar. But my wife is like, you know, bring me home some tea. I'm like, what tea do you want? She's like, you know what I want. You know, and she wants Ruby 18. That's what she wants, right? And so, you know, like, there is that. That's in Chinese you say 是我的菜 or 你知道我的菜 or like 菜 means like that's my vegetable dish be the best translation. That's my dish. And so the Ruby 18 is not really my dish, and the Four Seasons oolong isn't really my dish. So I don't want to use that the Four Seasons in it. I don't actually want to use it in the name. I'm thinking dark flowers or something to make it something like that. In a minute, I'll show you the leaves and what the leaves look like. The leaves are really cool looking. They're very unique looking. Sounds like a lovely tea. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Yes, well, I think they are. I think they are very nice. I think they are very nice teas. But certified organic red oolongs from Jade Mountain. So let's see if it works. And so here, let me see here if that works. You can sort of see. Yeah, you can sort of see. But you can see it's not super, super dark. And apologies about that. I have no idea why they're doing that right now. But you can see how this one is much higher oxidized. So you can see it's much, much darker. And I'm sure they will stop in a minute. You can see the difference between the colors of the leaves there. Right? So there's the difference in the colors of the leaves. Yeah, you can see that really quite well. And so this one is only about like 65, 70% oxidized, which is an extraordinarily rare oxidation level. Like, sometimes you get Dongding oolongs of that oxidization level, and then the Dongding oolong of that oxidization level, then they roast the crap out of it because it's much better for roasting, right? How annoying is that? But anyways, I'm thinking what I'm thinking for the name of this would be like Dark Flower Mountain or Dark Mountain Red Oolong or something like that. Right? So dark oolong, dark red mountain, dark something oolong, something like that. Because it's so unique, right? It's so unique. And I don't want to put in the Four Seasons name. Dark Seasons, Red Oolong. Dark Seasons, Dark Flowers, Red Oolong. I think maybe Dark Flowers, Red Oolong. That might do it. Because it really has that. It's got a sort of a dark flowers feeling to it. I want to make it, what? I don't know, emo. Does people even know what that is? That was years and years and years ago. But you know what I mean. I don't know what would be the modern equivalent of emo. And now I'm just going to start thinking of really strange and random. Has anybody seen dwarf heavy metal? I came across that the other day. It was and a bunch of guys in Germany with beards and like vests on, and they're like, "I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole," and then they like have a mosh pit where there's a bunch of dwarves and they're going like this, digging a hole. You can look it up. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to end the live stream pretty soon because that's just obnoxious. Anyways, if anybody has ideas for this, I think that's what I'm gonna call it. Dark Flowers Red Oolong or something like that. But I can't concentrate. I apologize for the noise. I have no idea why this is happening right now. There hasn't been noises like this in this spot for a very long time. Anyways, I've got to go. So hopefully I did the somebody bought tea and then I did the NPC meme too. So hopefully that'll help out. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, whatever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next live stream.